welcome to this week's video. We're starting outside today because today is a really special day. It's the winter solstice, December 21st. So this day is great because it means it's the shortest day of the year, but it also means that from here on out we're getting more sunlight every day, which I'm super thankful for. Sunrise today is at 10:53 a.m., which is right about now. And sunset is at 2:41 p.m. and it's 11 degrees below zero. Squirrel, we're filming. Knock it off. In today's video, I've got a quick 21-week update for you. I also will throw in some footage from our anatomy scan, and we're gonna talk about those old wives' tales and gender predictions. Brian's gonna help me out, and we're gonna see where we land according to all the old wives' tales. Are we having a boy or a girl? So come on. Let's go see. Today, on December 21st, I'm 21 weeks. We have our anatomy scan tomorrow. We're not going to find out the sex of the baby tomorrow. We're just going to make sure that everything is okay. Otherwise, we're going to keep that a secret, and we might make a video about that later. I don't have any real change in symptoms, just still feeling a lot of movement. Baby seems to be really active in the morning and really active at night, but in the middle of the day kind of calms down a little bit. Again, our last appointment was over a month ago, so we haven't had actual measurements, but I think we'll be getting those tomorrow. But just the general size of a baby at 21 weeks, baby is measuring about 10.5 inches long, which is about the size of a bok choy. Also, the general weight of a baby at 21 weeks is about 3/4 of a pound. My app kind of gave me a heads up that I might start feeling really hungry, and I think that's already started, maybe a couple days early, because just in the last couple of days I feel like I could just eat all day and never be full. Today, Brian is joining me in the video because we are going to go through some of the old wives' tales and ways that you can try to predict the sex of the baby before actually finding out in the medical way. So we're gonna go through those now and see. Do you want to share what you think the baby is, just from your gut?
I just have a gut feeling it's a girl. I don't know why.
At first, I really thought it might be a boy, but I think that's because my mom and my mother-in-law both think it's a boy, and I think they got to me early. And now I don't really have a feeling either way, but of course, because Brian thinks it's a girl, I want to think it's a girl too. We don't know, but Brian just has a gut that it's a little girl. The first idea, and there is evidence and data and research to back this up, but the first idea is that if you have morning sickness, if you have HG, which I know I'm not going to say it correctly, but hypermesis gravidarum, I think I'm almost positive I'm saying it wrong, but where you're sick your whole pregnancy, like very sick your whole pregnancy, and if you have morning sickness that lasts all day, research says that that means it's more likely to be a girl. I had morning sickness that would last all day, but as soon as my like the first trimester ended, it was gone. That was another thing that I looked up that said if it is continuing past the first trimester, it's a girl, and I really haven't.
No, and you really didn't even have morning sickness all day. It just hit you at times not in the morning.
And it was just nausea. Like I never vomited or anything like that. So that means, according to that data, I would say that means it's a boy. What do you think?
Yeah.
My mom has had 2 girls, and she was not sick with either. So her anecdotal life experience evidence, she said, it has to be a boy because I didn't have morning sickness with either of you. So, I don't know, that could go.
Throw that one up.
Yeah, that's up in the air. Oh, so that's me? So I get a point for that. Okay, the next thing is if you're extra forgetful or if baby brain, pregnancy brain has been really strong. So up until this week, I would say I haven't had that problem, but it feels like this week it has kicked into overdrive.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yes,
Yeah.
It said if mom has found to be extra forgetful during the pregnancy and baby brain is kicked in, it's a girl. So that's 2 points for girl. Okay.
Super scientific.
Super scientific. Yeah, this is all like so anecdotal and just like old wives' tales, and it's really funny. There's very little data to back any of this up. This is just guessing. I mean, and you always have a 50-50 shot, you know? So the next thing is if the mother is eating more or having food aversions or both, that it's a boy. So I haven't really had any food aversions.
No.
And I am kind of eating more, but that's just, I think, by nature of being pregnant, and that's it kind of comes and goes. So I'm gonna say that's another for girl.
Yeah, that's it.
So 3 points for girl. Girl side, 3 points. Okay, the next one is the heart rate. So this is one that I feel like I have heard a lot, like from my friends, from family members. Well, what's the heart rate? If the heart rate is lower than 140 or lower, it's a boy. And if it's 140 or higher, it's a girl. And this is the one I've heard the most. And I think this is one that people associate with being accurate, like scientifically accurate. But when we looked it up after we heard the baby's heartbeat for the first time and got the heart rate, it said there's no medical data, no scientific data to prove this either way. So baby's heart rate was about 160. So that says girl. So that's another point for girl. So what do you think?
That's his vote too.
Next is, where are you carrying? I asked Brian this earlier, and he said, I think you're just too early to tell how you're carrying. But the old wives' tale is, if you're carrying high and in your hips, it's a girl. And if you're carrying low and in your belly, it's a boy. So I feel like I'm all belly. My mom, with both me and my sister, my mom was all belly, but that kind of goes against what this old wives' tale says. So I don't know about that one. You think on the boy side?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll count it for the boy side. So 2 for boy,
All the wives' tales.
4 for girl. Okay, the wedding ring. This is another really popular one. So you take the wedding ring or a needle and you put it on a string, or you put it on a hair, which that's a little too far for me. We did it on a piece of twine. So we did this before we started filming, and the results were not conclusive. What did you think?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it really wasn't doing anything. I was joking that if our moms were here, it would be going perpendicular because that means boy. But yeah, Brian could kind of direct it to go perpendicular or in a circle, and circle means girl. So it didn't really do anything. And we even tested it before we put it over my tummy, and it wasn't doing anything either. So maybe just the air's not flowing in the house. I don't
Apparently
know.
I have steady hands. That's what it comes down to.
Right, you could be a surgeon.
No.
The Chinese gender predictor. Now this is one that I just punched in the due date and I punched in my birthday, and it said that it would be a girl. Okay, so that's 5 for girl. However, the Mayan birth calendar is pretty much the same thing, where you put in the due date and you put in the mother's date of birth, and the Mayan calendar says boy. So the Chinese and the Mayans are divided on that one. Another one was the shape of the bump. So if it's round like a ball, it's a boy. I don't know. I feel like it's really oval, like really centered. I don't feel like it's round. Who knows? You think boy? You think it's round?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so 5.
That's 6.
Oh, sorry, 6. 6 for girl. Okay, next is your cravings. So this is another one I've heard from a friend or two. If you're craving sweet things, it's a girl. And if you're craving savory things, it's a boy. I'm kind of a sugary, sweet snack person naturally. I love sugar and dessert. I'm a sugarholic. I've been eating sugary things, but I think I have days. Like I have a day where I want a bunch of sweet stuff, and then I have days where I want a bunch of savory stuff. A lot of people know that I wasn't eating meat before I got pregnant, and almost as soon as I got pregnant, I was craving meat, and I want to have a steak, and I want to have pork chops, and I want to have chicken. So that's kind of towards the savory. So do we both get a point? I think that's good. I think it's good to go to boy because I was already eating sweets before,
yeah.
So I think that's good. Hands. This one, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It says, look at the mother's hands. If they're dry and cracked, they're a boy. And if they're soft and smooth hands, it's a girl. My hands are dry and cracked because I live in Alaska and it's super arid and dry and cold, and I'm washing my hands all the time. This one I think is weird. My hands are dry and cracked, so that's a point towards boy. but they were like that before I was pregnant. This is one my mother-in-law said that I will say made me feel really good. Like, oh, thank you so much. But there is this old wives' tale that girls steal your beauty. This one says if you have clear skin and you're glowing, it's a boy. I don't want to go so far as to be like, I'm glowing, but I haven't been breaking out. I haven't had like bad acne or anything like that. My sweet mother-in-law was like, oh, you're glowing, you're so beautiful, you look so happy. It's a boy. So that's a point for boys. So 6-6 right now, right? Which side is mom sleeping on? I'm flopping back and forth, but the most I'm sleeping on my right side, correct? Yeah. So that is a point for girl, sleeping on the right side, and left side is boy. This is the last one. The last one is if baby is energetic in utero, it's a boy. So we're tied. Because baby is moving all the time. Yeah. Again, non-conclusive. We don't know.
We'll flip a coin later.
We don't know. We don't really care. We just are happy to have a baby. We have names picked out either way, so non-conclusive.
It's up to you. You tell us.
Cast your vote in the comments below. Do you think we're having a boy or a girl? Like, subscribe. So that's it for our gender predictions. I hope you enjoyed that. It is a little frustrating that it ended up being tied, but what are you gonna do? Now I'm going to move us to tomorrow. We're gonna jump ahead into the future where we go to our 21-week anatomy scan. We are so excited. We're so hopeful that baby will cooperate. I'm gonna start drinking water like right now so that tomorrow I am like very well hydrated, and we're just hoping to see some sweet little features, like facial features, and we just can't wait. We can't wait. Any chance to see the baby, we get super excited. Fast forward to tomorrow. Well, I forgot the vlogging camera, so it's going to all be phone footage, but that's okay. We are here for our anatomy scan. How are you feeling?
Excited.
Yeah, me too.
Can't you tell by the look on my face?
I'm always excited to see baby, and it's been 2 months.
Yeah.
So baby's gonna be a lot bigger and moving a lot right now, so hopefully wiggly for the ultrasound too, and I just want to see their little face. That's what I want to see. I want to see like if they have Brian's nose or Brian's lips or my nose or my lips, or I don't know. I guess that's really all we'll be able to see, but I'm so excited. Let's go. Okay, I think that's my nose. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are about 21 weeks, leave me a comment below and let me know how your pregnancy is going. I would love to hear from you. If you liked this video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And if you click the bell, it'll notify you when I post a new video, which is usually between Monday and Wednesday sometime. If you really enjoyed this and you want to share it with a friend, especially if you have a friend that's about the same far along as me, you can send it to them, and you can also leave me a comment. I love getting comments on my videos, and I'll see you in the next one. I think that's it. Good.